a simple introduction. A little tedious, but I want to get through it because I think it actually is very pivotal what the unique proposition of Wingspan and WREN is to you as a real estate professional. So here we go, the Wingspan Real Estate Network. So Wingspan is the parent company. WREN is a subsidiary of Wingspan Portfolio Advisors. Wingspan Portfolio Advisors has years of experience in dealing directly with consumers, agents, lenders, loan servicers, investors, and other industry professionals related to distressed loans, short sales, REOs, etc. With a large network of lender, investor, and servicer relationships already established, WREN has a competitive advantage in expanding their business model to offer full-service short sale solutions directly to the real estate agent, broker, and their clients. What does all that mean? Well, you're going to find out in the next 20 to 30 minutes. In essence, Wingspan, which I call the Navy SEALs of the default servicing world, who is up to their eyeballs in servicing short sales already for banks in this industry and mortgage insurance companies and high-tiered escalation, has now turned some of their focus to agents, right, more of a business to consumer, and said, we're going to take the power, the opportunity we have in the servicing space, and we're going to offer it to the real estate community, which, by the way, has never, ever been done. And it's a prophecy being fulfilled by some great minds in this space who have said that the numbers are so drab, they're so dreary in terms of agent success at negotiating short sales. We know that there's exceptions to the rule. There's those hotshot agents that have 80–90% success rate, but as a nation, we are failing in this space. And so, is it going to be the local mom and pop shop that is going to be the savior in this space, or is it going to be a large servicer with the money, the technology, and the connections that helps to bridge the gap between failure and success in the short sale space? And that's what WREN is bringing to our industry. How are they able to do that? They're able to do that because of the fact that they are a part of Wingspan. Now, Wingspan's kind of interesting because when you talk to people about Wingspan, unless you go to a lot of these mortgage bankers conferences or REO conferences or what have you, many people don't know who Wingspan is. But if anybody is really prevalent or savvy in the short sale space, there's no doubt you've dealt with Wingspan on several occasions. The problem is sometimes they don't answer the phone as Wingspan. They answer the phone as whatever servicer it is that they're doing some sort of a component outsourcing job for. Let's talk about Wingspan and who they are. So Wingspan Portfolio Advisors understand servicers and speaks their language because they themselves are a mortgage servicer. At the street level, they're considered component or specialty servicers. They're not the big B of A, City, Chase, and Wells. They are, as I said before, Navy SEALs. They are component or specialty servicers that go in and accomplish some of the more difficult tasks in the default servicing space. Wingspan is a nationally recognized expert at handling seriously delinquent and defaulting loans for primary servicers because of the specialized knowledge and attention those distressed transactions require. Wingspan deals with large volumes of lien holders in different positions and with varying mixtures of servicers, mortgage insurers, and investors on a daily basis. I wish I was authorized to share with you who, because it would make your eyes just pop open, because they are the IT company on the inside of the default servicing world. They were Servicer of the Year in 2009, 2010. Through WREN, which is the network arm, Wingspan is excited to be able to apply its specialized knowledge and experience to work for you. Finally, let a true specialist in their field work for and report to you. So that's a little background on WREN and Wingspan and why this concept has legs. It's already working. It's not some kind of a launch. It's already working, but we are now pushing to expand its territory to all 50 states, which they can legally do to help the people on this call and people that will watch this video in the near future understand that there is a real solution in place finally, and we want you to test us and prove to yourself that we are that solution that this industry has been desperately waiting for. Before we get into drilling down as to some of the services that WREN Wingspan offers, I want to just give you a quick snapshot of where our industry is at. This may not be news to any of you, but it definitely helps us understand that short sales are not going anywhere. you have people that cross their arms and raise their eyebrows. They think that we're almost done with this dreary downturn market, and the truth is we're nowhere near almost done. There's still so much negative equity and distressed loans out there that we're going to be in this for several more years. As of the end of August of this year, there were 30 days plus delinquent, which is just considered in default or delinquent. There was almost 6.4 million loans. This is loans, not homes or people. 6.4 almost million loans in default, which is a record high, never even been close before. 90-day plus delinquent is 1.8 million. Of that 6.3 million, 1.8 are at the 90-plus day delinquency status. And then in foreclosure, that terminology means not only are they 90 days late, but some sort of official notice, a default, notice of default, or some sort of, every state's different, official legal notice has been filed. You don't add those three together. They all come from the 6.3, but the snapshot is that almost 6.5 million people, or I'm sorry, mortgages this morning, when you woke up, are in default. The opportunity is bigger than ever before, and that's what this slide is supposed to show you. Just a little bit of a drilling down a little deeper where the problem's at. The problem is, if you see the red line with the little triangles there, 26.15% as of the late summer this year of the subprime mortgages are the ones that are seriously delinquent. The more conservative type mortgage products are still right there at the 3 to 7%. 3 to 4% is about average in the past before we had our mortgage meltdown, but you see the numbers just soar, and the percentages do when it comes to these subprime loans, and that's not going to change anytime soon. And then the final slide about our industry here, what's happening is that by the midpoint of the year 2011, there was 10.9 million homes underwater, and 22.5% of all homes with a mortgage were underwater, negative equity. We could get into so many conversations, and I could get on my soapbox and talk about strategic defaults, people walking as a result of being in a negative equity position. Not everybody who short sales is because they had some sort of monumental hardship. Some have lost their jobs, some have to relocate, but many others are just struggling with the idea of being so upside down, and that is a number we can't quantify in these types of presentations. But what we can tell you is that some large credit rating agencies like Fitch think that we may have more than half of all homeowners could be underwater, those with a mortgage, before this recovery is complete, which would just be something that would be amazing to see. How is the human mind? How are they going to respond to it? These people with a huge negative equity position, what are they going to do with their homes? Are they going to believe in the system and hold out till 2025 when their equity comes back, or are they going to unload these properties at unprecedented levels and amounts of inventory and keep people like you and I busy for a long time to come? Anybody who thinks they have their finger on the pulse to tell you when short sales will be done is just completely misled, because there is no way to quantify that, because you can't just go based on toxic mortgages. You've got to focus also on strategic defaulters or people that just do not want to continue to put their mortgage payment on their credit card when they have $200,000 in negative equity. So let's talk about the solution. How can Wingspan or WREN help you to win? That's what this training is about, winning the short sale battle. Short sales, no doubt, will play a major role in the businesses of most real estate professionals for several years to come. Now there is a national solution, finally, for the real estate industry that has been battle-tested at the highest levels with WREN Short Sale Suite, which I'm so excited to talk to you guys about on this call today, the WREN Short Sale Suite. Here's just a couple things we're going to drill down on today. How you as a realtor can gain the advantage of the size, the power, and these industry relationships that Wingspan has already. Finally, you as a realtor can gain the advantage from those things. Secondly, state-of-the-art technology platform, always being in the know, full transparency, and the ability to streamline the process with their state-of-the-art technology that Wingspan WREN uses. Business growth opportunities. One of our last slides, we're going to talk to you about how, because of the fact that Wingspan is in the servicer space, dealing with large investors, insurance companies, or major servicers, master servicing companies, how they have access to opportunities that are really going to change the landscape of short sales moving forward into 2012. You want to be in the way of opportunity when that happens. Fourthly, experience the freedom, finally, of delegating your short sales to the best in the business, literally the best in the business. I know as a realtor how hard it is to hand over a file, especially if you don't have a bunch of business. That is like dropping off your kid at a daycare that you've never even visited or met the teachers or administrators. It's a big deal. It's a big step of faith, and we're going to show you why putting your trust in the WREN Wingspan process is going to be the best decision that you can make this year, moving on into next year. And then finally, you're going to learn the only way to actually make short sales short, sort of a pun there, which is intended, that up until now there's been nothing short about a short sale. So let's drill down into some of the 5 major areas that we're going to focus on today that the WREN short sale suite focuses on. The first point is the short sale back office, which is not by any chance or by happenstance that we lead with the short sale back office, because this is where they consider this is their bread and butter. We do. This is what makes us so special. And I'm going to run through the bullet points, but then I'm going to share some insight with you about just how neat this is. And look, let's address the elephant in the room. There are other processing companies. There's mom and pop shops. There's a 26-year-old Molly who just got her license, who sits in a desk in the corner, negotiates short sales. There's attorney networks. We understand that it is a saturated space. But I can tell you, as a person who is, in my experience, or in my opinion, more experienced than anybody I know at the processing piece. I formerly owned a third-party negotiating company. I carry a big book of business and carry many listings at a time. The one thing nobody can offer is what WREN offers, and we're going to drill down on what that is now, just the reality of the power and magnitude of this program. Number one, just so you know, it's an all-inclusive short sale processing service. We don't have time to get into all the details today. The next couple webinars we're going to drill deeper into each of these different sectors. But this is not just, hey, send us a perfect package and then we'll send it to the bank. They will actually reach out to your homeowners, the consumers. They will gather and collect documents for you. They have technological ways, or if they have to send an envelope in the mail, whatever it takes, they will build relationships. They're bilingual. It's just amazing what they've established to be able to make the process easier. The goal is to get us as realtors busy doing what we do best, which is getting new business and closing our escrow transactions. So it's all inclusive from the very early stages of interviewing the homeowner, giving them their options, and collecting paperwork and short sale documentation all the way through the close. They don't just send you an approval letter and say, send us our check. They hold the hand of the transaction all the way till money is deposited into these escrow accounts. I mean, it really is a soup to nuts, end-to-end process. They have professional award-winning negotiators. Some of the people that are negotiating the short sales on the back end will blow your mind with the connections they have, the insight, and their ability to look at a short sale almost like Neo in the movie The Matrix, and look beyond all what we think we see and really get to the heart of the issue and attack that issue and streamline these deals better than anybody that I've seen. Leverage Wingspan's industry relationships. Now, I have to be careful what I say here because as a realtor myself, we've been told so many things over the years, but I can tell you by far the number one thing that makes Wingspan so special is that they themselves are in the servicing space. They have the connections. And look, I don't like it, but it is what it is. Sometimes in this business, it's not what you know. It really is who you know. Now, if you know what you know and who you know, even better. Right now, it's double trouble. It's the perfect marriage, and that's what happens here. When we get into short sale back office on a future training, I'll give you specific circumstances of people with heavy mortgage insurance problems or that had to go to high-tier escalation that handed their file over to WREN, to Wingspan, and had the deal closed, and almost miraculously because somebody could pick up the phone and make it happen. Now, how do you advertise that and manage expectations? That's one of our biggest challenges. But I can tell you that that is exactly the case. These files get pushed through. The way Wingspan and WREN is compensated is on a performance model. If it doesn't close, nobody is compensated. They lean into these transactions with all their power and weight, and the results are amazing. That you can stay informed throughout the whole process through the technology platform, full transparency. You get expedited responses from the loan servicers. You never have to deal with Equator again or ResNet, AMP, or whatever process you're using technologically. It's a full handoff and it's expedited. These guys just press the turbo button and make it happen. And then everybody wants to know the pricing model. Very, very competitive and fair. These guys could charge a lot more for what we do. The competitive price model is 0.75% or 75 basis points of the final sales price, or $600 in areas where prices are lower, whichever is greater. And that price point excludes NSP, Neighborhood Stabilization Program files. Jacob, what's NSP? Well, we're going to find out in this call today, at least at a high level. But just so you know, as a little earmarked idea that NSP is, there's no charge to the agents on NSP short sale files. But other than that, it's 0.75% or 75 basis points. I have to move off this slide because of time, but this is the bread and butter. This is finally the agent's opportunity to streamline these deals, get them closed, and approve faster so we don't lose buyers and have properties fall off the edge into foreclosure. It's all about speed. It's all about velocity, and that's what they offer. Let's talk about HUD's Neighborhood Stabilization Program, NSP. We don't have time to do a complete overview of the program, but many of you may have heard of it. Many of you may consider it an REO program, which it was in its inception, but it has evolved. And recently, Wingspan was named the exclusive short sale negotiation solution for all NSP files across the whole United States. So what does that mean? If you become a WREN member, how does that benefit you? You can participate in this $7 billion national program that's now available for short sales in thousands of zip codes. Wingspan, as we said, is the exclusive solution for negotiating. They negotiate all NSP short sales, thousands and thousands of them, and it doesn't cost you a dime. There's no cost to the agent, and it includes the short sale back office processing services. The agent's listings that are NSP eligible are going to be promoted to the approved nonprofit investors. In essence, it's these large nonprofit companies that were vying for this NSP trust money, that they then go out, buy it. The whole idea is that they're fixing up neighborhoods, eliminating blight, turning crime around, stabilizing communities, and they're doing it with HUD government money, and every deal goes through Wingspan. And they've also given Wingspan quite a bit of leverage and opportunity in terms of training agents, opportunities, lead generating, and all the fun stuff that comes with a big program that actually has some success. The NSP zip codes and that opportunity and actual lead generating tools will be available to WREN members exclusively. And just kind of my point that I added to the slide is that FYI, because I've been at some of these higher level meetings, there is a strong, strong push from HUD and the government for this program to work in 2012. Just a snapshot of history, NSP 1 and 2 have not been as successful as they would have liked it to be. It's nobody's fault, but there was a screeching halt in the REO industry. Things just didn't work out the way that they were penciled out. And so short sales had to be added to the equation. It was only REOs before. And when short sales were added to it, that added some new problems because now it was Joe Blow Realtor negotiating the short sale, and the success rate was less than 20%. It was just a big wah, wah, wah. It just didn't work out. So some high-level people who said, what Wingspan's doing is so special. What if we brought on a specialty servicer who does this every day for the big banks? What if we had them at the helm, and they are the go-between and the stopgap to make sure that we take it out of the realtor's hands and get these deals through to keep the government happy, the nonprofits happy, but more than anything, to help stabilize these neighborhoods. It was passed, approved, and it is a huge honor and privilege for WREN to be awarded that opportunity, and it's going to really pay dividends to the WREN members in a really special way, which we'll learn more about moving forward. The next piece here is the short sale auction program. We have a strategic partnership with Hudson and Marshall. You may have heard of them, especially if you're in the REO space, but they are the largest property auction company in the U.S. In essence, they're going to act as a last-minute backstop when a traditional short sale doesn't work. So you got a trustee sale date or a foreclosure date coming up, buyer walked, or what the bank wanted wasn't realistic. They can present your listing to this auction platform and get buyers quickly to help you, your borrower avoid foreclosure and help you earn a commission on these deals. We've seen it happen. It's pretty special the way it works. The power they have through this auction piece is really going to lower the chances of ever losing a property to foreclosure again. Because look, the reality is you as an agent can do your job, and Wingspan can do a great job negotiating. They can leverage their relationships, push it through. But if the buyer doesn't stick around, then everyone has worked for nothing. And so this piece is a stopgap or a backstop to make sure that everyone's work is, that they're all compensated, including Wingspan, for the work they did. And so it's a neat piece that I think we're going to enjoy watching it unfold and really help boost the numbers in terms of closing ratios. Here's an exciting one. We're taking a tour of the short sale suite here, the Loan Modification and Credit Counseling Resource Program, which is more of a consumer driven program, but it's not limited to that. It really does help us as the broker agent as well. So what it is they have partnered with Alliance Credit Counseling, which is a large national HUD-approved nonprofit, to add this extra piece that's been missing for so long. How many of us on this call have talked to a homeowner and they said, I'm open to a short sale, but only if the loan mod doesn't work, and then they get lost in the abyss of hiring an attorney or a third party, and maybe they have their own network that they refer those failed loan mods to in the short sale space, and you lose that opportunity if, in fact, it does turn into one to convert that into a short sale listing. Well, this program is going to help many homeowners keep their home, first of all, because that's the goal first and foremost, and these guys have the power and ability to do it as a HUD-approved counselor that actually is compensated and rewarded on a success base. So their motivation is to kick the bank's butt and try to get these loan mods through. There's no cost to the homeowner. It's a free loan modification application and service. And here's the win for us as the realtor community. We get to stay informed throughout the whole process, and if it does not happen as a loan modification, it's going to come back to us, teed up, table set as a short sale opportunity if those efforts fail. I love that. I endorse this wholeheartedly because I think that agent should be rewarded for doing the handoff to the nonprofit. They're going to tell it like it is. It's better for a nonprofit to tell your client if this loan mod's not going to work. If you tell them, they might think, oh, you're just thinking based on your wallet and not what's in my best interest. When a nonprofit says it's not going to work, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, and tee it up back to you as a short sale, it's just a great, it's the perfect marriage. It's the perfect cycle. And look, if the loan mod works, good for you as an agent, because they're going to refer anybody they know, if you've done your job, that is in a similar situation, which, believe me, they know other people like that, to you, because you're a realtor that can be trusted, that doesn't just have your own interest in mind, your own best interest. And then finally, strategic partnership. As I said, it's a HUD-approved nonprofit counseling agency called Alliance Credit Counseling. And so that's an exciting venture that is really brings this whole program into a full suite, which is why it's called the short sale suite, because it's not just negotiating short sales. It's the whole piece that we need as realtors to bring value to our communities, bring value to consumers, bring value to our family because we're earning incomes again, and value to our neighborhoods through these stabilization acts. And the last slide, kind of snapshot or tour of the suite, is the lead generation and referral program. This is one that they're the most excited about, It's also the area where I have to be the most careful, because the last thing Wingspan and WREN want to do is dangle the carrot. But I can tell you, if your ears to the ground, if you're reading Housing Wire, DS News, if you're involved in what's happening in the short sale and default space, you know absolutely that the movement, that what's happening already at a small scale but it's going to pick up steam, most believe in 2012, is this lender-initiated or top-down type of short sale referral model. There are definitely legal loopholes. There's loopholes in terms of what is the barrier of entry. Is it certified people? Is it people that belong to networks? What is it? Here's all you need to know for today. Wingspan is right at ground zero. They are in the middle of these conversations, and they already have relationships with large organizations that are ready to move forward with this venture. And it really is hinging on their ability to grow this network quickly, show results of thousands of agents that are closing short sales successfully, and the spigot being turned on. They're also going to give tools and scripts to generate short sale business. We don't just want to have agents that are sitting back with their hand out wanting an opportunity. We want to teach you how to fish. We're not a seafood restaurant. We are going to teach you how to fish. We're going to give tools, and we give scripts and opportunities. Like Chase right now is offering $20,000 to $30,000 incentive to some homeowners to do a short sale. We know that that's through their marketing department, not through loss mitigation. We know that it is random. We know that it's based on WAMU, subprime, severely delinquent loans. So we're going to teach you, because of our connections, how to go fishing, how to create campaigns around that specific, truth about the fact that Chase WAMU is offering this, and how to do door knocking, and how to do a yellow envelope with a handwritten address on the outside so it gets open, followed up with personal interactivity. And these things that are breeding results on a large scale. I'm also a coach, a short sale coach for many of my clients nationwide, and we teach them these things, and it works. It's not rocket science. It's about knowing where the fish are biting, knowing what's happening in this space, and no better opportunity than with Wingspan, who's got its ear to the ground in this space. Also, qualified seller leads directly to agents, which we alluded to earlier on. That's something they're very, very excited about. Creating new business opportunities for you. Wingspan, because of their leverage and size in the default servicing industry, will regularly be giving opportunities that will provide growth to agents in many different ways. NSP is just one. I mean, there are so many other large groups that want to buy and sell, looking for agents to build their network. And so being a part of the WREN organization is going to create new business opportunities for you. And then finally, leveraging Wingspan's industry partner relationships. I mean, that really is what it comes down to. So many people spend so much money going to these conferences, staying in fancy hotel rooms, buying drinks and fancy dinners to get REO accounts. And look, I know, I get it, I've done it, it works. But short sales will absolutely outpace REOs, and so it's time for us to start investing in short sale business growth, where you actually have control over your livelihood and control over your career. And if I was an agent, I would realize, hey, I'm going to need to invest this year, but I want to dominate my market in 2012, 13, 14, and 15. And it doesn't happen by waiting on the sidelines. It's about being an early adopter, seeing something, do your Google search, ask the hard questions, and then say, I'm in, because this is exactly what I've been waiting for. You know, the final slide here is just to get you familiar. It's a screenshot from our website, which is renonline.com, and there's our toll-free number, 855-266-REN. This site is really informational at this point now, but if you bring your attention to the top right corner where it says Join Today and Save, we're already getting messages from people on this call saying, how do I join? The way you join is you click that Join Today and Save, and because this webinar is going to be recorded and we run certain promotions and specials at different times of the year, I will tell you that there are some huge promotions right now, and I'll just give you a hint. We are building what we're calling our Founders Club. Founders Club is the early adopters in particular areas, and we're going to just lay it on you. We're going to give you access to everything with huge discounts, but you have to join now. So after this webinar, click Join Today to save, because we're building our Founders Club. You get all these things we've talked about and more, and it's an investment that you will never regret. I mean, this is really about being a part of this country club mentality. This is where the movement's at. If you're a part of a big national real estate brand, that's fine. They're going to have their opportunity as well. But this is a non-brand specific, a generic, in the trenches opportunity for you to start to build your reputation and start to put yourself in the way of opportunity. There's people standing by today to answer your call if you have questions. But more than anything, I just wanted to encourage you to kick the tires, ask the hard questions, and know that this is the way that the industry is going. There's nobody better to be involved in or with than Wingspan and WREN. Become a member, start closing these short sales faster, and I'm really excited about our next training, which is going to be about the National or Neighborhood Stabilization Program. NSP is something that has got us really buzzing around the office here in Dallas, because NSP is going to change the landscape of the way short sales are done. Nonprofits are stepping in with lots of cash. They're buying it at 99% of fair market value. There's no hocus pocus, and the agent wins. It's a guaranteed 3% commission. These deals are expedited at the highest levels with the major servicers, and it's a win-win for everybody all the way around. So I could talk for days, but I hope you guys got value out of this call today. I hope that you got enough value and excitement to know that I need to go join today and take advantage of these special promotions, be a part of our Founders Club, and be treated like royalty as a result, because we are so interested in building this Founders Club that we're going to just lay all the perks and benefits on you. So hopefully you guys see some value in that. If you have questions, call that number, or there's ways you can get in touch with us from the website as well. I've gone about 35 minutes, so thanks for being patient. Looks like everybody stayed on and has gotten value out of the call. I appreciate it, and we'll be in touch with part 2 soon, so keep your eyes out for part 2, where we're going to really drill down on the excitement of the NSP program. Jacob Swodek here from WREN and Wingspan, signing off.